In this video, we'll be reviewing some of the tabs in Setup Client Preferences. So to navigate there, simply click on the left side menu, click up Setup, and then Setup Client Preferences. In here, you'll find the required fields for client fields in-store and online, the Visit Types tab, Client Flags, and Occupations. That's what we'll be reviewing in this video. So first things first, this is the quick add required fields. What a quick add is it's a single page instead of the multi-tabbed client card. For example, a quick add, let me show you here, looks like this. So this is a quick add client card. It is a single page, whereas the full client card looks like this with multiple tabs across. So when we're looking at the quick add preferences, that's what's associated here. And first things first is, would it allow quick add? So if you want to use that functionality, you first would enable this, and then you would be able to identify which fields would be required when completing the quick add client form, whether that be phone, birth date, address, email, or gender. Next up would be the full client card required fields. So as I mentioned before, this is what a full client card looks like with multiple tabs. And here is where you'd note which information is required. This would be required when you're saving a client card, if you went in there and edited it after they've been a client for a long time, or if you do not use this quick add feature, then this would also require this for all your new clients as well. Next up is the online booking required fields. This is when the client is creating their own client card through the online portal. So this will only be relevant for when that client card is initially created by the client themselves. This is where you would tell it if you require a mobile phone number, their address, their birth date, or their gender. And then to save this information, simply click Save, but we're going to move on to the next tab. So in our next tab is where we identify our visit types. Visit types are commonly used by marketing to determine how a client heard about you, or if maybe they're a walk-in, did they request the business, and you would have access to many reports that would allow you to identify your counts of how many of these appointments happened, how many of them purchased retail, what was their total sales for service and retail, and so on. So this is where you identify them. To deactivate them, simply click on the active checkbox and deactivate them. If you wanted to edit it, where it says request employee, for example, you can edit those entries. You can also add new ones. So maybe down here, I put in friend of a friend, and then you'd simply click save. Where that will be relevant is if you go to book an appointment, it would show you here that there's an option to select their visit type of how they heard about you. So if they're a walk-in, you can make that note and then simply click save. And like I mentioned, there would be reports on it. If this is information that you would like all of your workers to fill out when they go to book an appointment, that would be a setting under setup appointments and emails. And there's an option to require a visit type when booking. Next up, under Setup Client Preferences, are the client flags. So these are flags that you would assign to your clients to identify them maybe as friends and family or VIPs, or maybe if you're doing a specific promotion, they'd be a great subject for that. Or if you're doing a training class, maybe they'd be a great person to join you for that training. So you can come in here, again, you can edit these names as needed. You can deactivate them if you would like to. And then of course, to add a new item, you simply click add and you can type the information in here and click save. Where this will appear is on the client card under the client profile tab. There are options to select multiple client flags to identify that client. You can see this here. You can also market specifically to these clients. So let's say you want to send an email marketing to all your VIP clients. This is where you would note that they are VIP. And then in the marketing section, if you're an enhanced or advanced user, you'd be able to send them marketings. In addition to this is just a related fun feature that's worth mentioning, is Down here below under the same tab, there's the ability to add a automated promotion for their services or an automated promotion for their products. So you'd simply click this drop down and select your promotions, but you'd have to set up promotions first and set up marketing. And you'd be able to assign an automated promotion based on what you would like, what kind of discount they would receive for being a client. Okay, next up is occupations. So same rules apply here. You can deactivate these, you can rename them, and of course add new, and then you'll always want to remember to save. Where these occupations show up is if you go to the client card, client profile tab, and then there's the drop down for occupation, and you can select their occupation here. This is the only place that it will be appearing, but it's just an easy way for you to know what field of work they're in. The system will have a few defaults in there, but of course we would encourage you to create your own based on the area you're in. Alrighty. There is another video that will review the form questions and form checkboxes that is separate from this. Otherwise, don't forget to save and have a great day. Thank you.